Welcome to Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne. I am Coach Lorianne. Our goal here at Healthy Lifestyle is to inspire, educate, and empower you to fulfill a healthy, emotional, spiritual, and physical life so you can feel empowered to live the life you have always wanted and dreamed. Welcome to the show. I am a business coach and strategist, empowering, educating, inspiring, and igniting people to take action with jet propulsion, assisting people to find and embrace their life purpose, live their highest vision, and forge a strong foundation to soar to success. For more information about how to work with me and my team, visit us at ldcstrategies.com or LorianneCasdia.com. On Healthy Lifestyle today, we are going to do what? Yes, give some verbal caffeine to light you up with possibilities. Today on the show, we have the beautiful Sophie Blumenthal. She is a skincare lifestyle blogger, influencer from Long Island. She currently is an entrepreneurship major at Baruch College. And she runs a successful beauty blog on Instagram and is extremely passionate about helping people feel better about themselves through taking care of their skin, as well as using her platform to spread messages of female empowerment. Welcome to the show, Soph. I'm so happy to have you. You're adorable. I'm so excited for this conversation. So, how are you today? You doing well?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good. I'm glad. So you created this blog. Let's start from the beginning. What inspired you to create this blog about taking care of your skin and empowering other females?
Well, I've always been really passionate about beauty. I've always been a girly girl, always doing makeup. But when it came to high school, my parents really encouraged me to start doing things that I was passionate about, but also that might look good on an application for college. And so I have been playing the oboe for 10 years, and I was in this orchestra, which was fine. You know, it wasn't that I disliked it, but I really wanted to have something that I was really passionate about. And one of my good friends, Emma Viscount, she had a book blog on Instagram, and I saw that, and I was like, I'm doing makeup and beauty. I should do the same thing. And then I started doing it freshman year of high school. And it started out as something that was just going to look good on an application and be something that I did enjoy, but would look good. But then it started to be something that is like my whole life now.
Well, shout out to Emma for giving you that inspiration.
Yeah.
Just one thing to inspire you to do this. And now this is what you do. You're very passionate about it. And that's the thing that we were talking about that said, listen, you need to come on and inspire other people to be inspired of what they're passionate about. So I want to talk more about the blog and topics that you talk about on your blog. And what is your blog?
It's How Do You Glow by Soph.
How Do You Glow by Soph, and you can be found on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what are some of the topics you talk about?
I mainly do reviews of different skincare products. I try to do ones that are mostly for teenagers, since that's mostly what my audience is on Instagram. I've recently started doing more reels, which is like TikToks on Instagram. Yeah. I try to do some lifestyle things, just for fun, but mostly reviews of different products.
That's great. So shout out, you're always looking, as I understand, for companies who would want an influencer to go out there and review their products, see what their products can do. And do you look for specific type of products? Like, are you looking for companies that give back for the environment, or companies that are very health related, where they're not using a lot of chemicals and things like that? Do you have any specific requirements?
I don't have any specific requirements. I mean, I love to work with small businesses because I like to bring them more attention than, give them more of a platform. And that's usually the companies that I work with so far is small businesses. But I also like working with companies that are like teen skincare, because then I feel like I have I'm a good person to test it on.
Yeah, and it's the best of both worlds. You get to test it, and you get to review it, and you get to support and collaborate with these businesses.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite products was from a teen skincare company, and I love it. They sent me something that I had never even heard of before that I promote all the time now.
Which is?
It's called a 5-minute face mask. And there's two that I love. There was Squad Teen Skincare and also BU Cosmetics, and they both have 5-minute face masks because like not everyone loves the feeling of like a product on your face for that long.
Yeah.
Because the average is like 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
And these only last 5 minutes, and they make your skin feel great, and you can just take it right off after. And I love them. And
Do they have them from old people like me?
Yeah, no, the one of them is not like a teen skincare company, and even that one I think would be good for everyone. But I also like that company because they're all about. They actually inspired me. They're one of the ones that wanted me to start a company because they're all about like promoting you to be yourself, be your best self. Hence the name BU Cosmetics.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
BU Cosmetics. We give a shout out to BU Cosmetics. And where can people find the BU Cosmetics?
They're on Instagram, on their website. I think they're in Target now, but mostly through their website. They're also in Target. They're not in a lot of major stores, but they're in Target.
That's great. So how do you collaborate? Well, first of all, how do you become an influencer? That's always been an interesting thing for me. It's like that's like the coolest thing in the world when someone says you're an influencer. I was like, wow, that is neat. So how do you become one? How does that happen?
I just started my platform. Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
It's difficult. Like it's difficult to increase your engagement. I think it's really hard. I still think it's hard to get more followers and stuff, but I just think over time, more people catch on, and especially like the local support is like what is most meaningful to me. But I've started making my other Instagram account like more of an influencer account too. I think tagging companies helps you get noticed using hashtags, but it's just hard work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to be an influencer.
Yeah.
It's like a full-time job. Plus you're going to university now, so it's a lot. But
Yeah.
that's really cool. So what are your future goals for your blog and for your being an influencer and doing what you do?
Well, I would love to continue my blog, obviously. That's kind of like a jump-starting platform to starting my own skincare and beauty company. So that is my goal, to have my own company. And I would like to name it Glow Squad, since that's kind of like in my blog name right now. And I don't have like a specific type of skincare that I want to do yet, but I do know that I want to use it to give back. And I'm really passionate about female empowerment, and just like how BU Cosmetics, their main message is like being yourself. I want mine to be like, I want to have like a mostly female run company. And I would like to like give speeches about like the importance of women and female empowerment. And then I would also like to use proceeds to like help fund more women's education for other women in business. So I would like to use it to give back. That is my main goal.
I love that. That's so beautiful. So how, you talk about female empowerment and elevating other females. Why is that so important to you?
I think definitely for me, like I said, I've always been a girly girl, and I do feel like some people assume that to be a strong, independent woman, you need to be more masculine or be tough. And for me, I've always been a strong believer that you can be an independent, motivated woman, and you can still have a family. You can still be a mom. You can do it all. You can be girly, and you can still be, yeah, exactly.
Like me. Yeah, I was raising my hand for the radio listeners. It's like, yeah, I get it. It's a girly girl. Well, look at the outfits they have us wear, those suits that look like men's suits, and they're not always attractive on everybody, right?
No, mine is like my thing is like when I have a company, I always say to my mom when I see, because there's this TV show I watch with some girl, it's of course a TV show, it's not realistic, but she always has these like fancy pantsuit outfits that have like crop tops in the middle. I'm like, when I have a company, like I want to allow women to wear stuff like that, because I feel like normally in a corporate setting that would be considered unprofessional. But to me, I want women to be able to express themselves and dress cute and still businessy, like still appropriate for the work setting. But yes, that's exactly what I want.
It's so funny that you say that, because I was working for this company many years ago, and they would call them L'Oreal outfits, because I have an hourglass type shape, and so I have to wear certain types of clothes that complement my figure, and I happen to like wearing dresses, so I would always wear the L'Oreal dresses. that they named it that, and they were just like, what's with all these artsy outfits that you have on? It was so not what this company was about. And they were a lot of architects and engineers, and they weren't used to it. And I was like, I had high heels on, I had my dresses on, I had my little jackets and things like that, just to keep it professional. But yeah, it was a conversation piece at one point.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why are we even talking about what I'm wearing, right?
Do you know Elle Woods from Legally Blonde?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I feel like I could be her, like, of the business world.
Yeah,
like pink.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, you love pink anyway, so that I do know about you. It's just like, that whole scene from, if you've never seen Legally Blonde, you got to see it. She's very strong. And she doesn't even realize how strong she is, and I love that. And then she discovers how strong she is and makes the appropriate moves to do that. And you really do remind me of her in the fact of how courageous you are and reaching out and helping empower other people. What does empowering other women mean to you?
Oh, I think it's so important. That's why I want to encourage more women to be in business fields. Like, I love watching the women on Shark Tank. It's like inspiring to me. I want people to know that women can do the same things that men can do, and they can do it in a dress and high heels.
Yeah, we just do it with a different flair. So, and
of course, if you don't want to, if you're more of a tomboy, that's okay too. But
it's all okay if you feel comfortable doing it, but you should be able to dress and feel good about yourself in an appropriate way. You can still be professional and not wear the man suits as we used to use. You know, I'm from the old age too. They were man suits, and there was nothing flattering about them. And it's just like you'd sweat to death, and you couldn't. You know how men take off their jackets and roll up their sleeves. Well, if you're wearing a little shell, and for the men listening, a little shell is like a camisole type thing, but it wasn't appropriate to take your jacket off if you were wearing a shell. But if you wore anything else underneath the wool jackets, you would just sweat to death. Meeting. So it was different back then, and it's starting to change. And thankfully, your generation is going to change it even more and make it, more acceptable for people to wear what they want. I also think. Do you think that the influence of a more casual business setting that's coming from California is really making its way over here to New York?
Yeah, I mean, even for me, like, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of the Kardashians. I'm really not. I don't agree with everything they do. But Kylie Jenner, I guess she's in LA and stuff, and her influence has, I guess, even spread to me. So, and I'm Gen Z, so that's a perfect example, because I've seen her, like, office tour, and it's very casual. Like, she has, like, a whole kitchen with, like, a wine cooler for, like, the people that work at her company, and I'm like, so it is more relaxed, but her office is, like, very much what I would like mine to look like. But I think that's definitely true.
I think in the past what the mindset was, and I get this actually from a story from my past. I used to be one of my first jobs, paying jobs, was a page in a library. And I really appreciate pages. Oh, really? I really appreciate pages in libraries, because I did not like that job at all. I would just about take the books off and put them back, and people would take them off again. And I'm like, for God's sakes, just leave them on the shelves. Stop it. But obviously that wasn't the deal. But that's not what the story is about. Downstairs in the library at Half Hall Hills, where I went to school, there was a library across the street from Half Hall Hills East. There still is. And downstairs was a radio program. They used to air a radio show right from there. There was a studio in the basement. And I would go downstairs when I was on break, and any chance I got, and would hang out and watch them do the radio shows, hence why I'm probably doing a radio show now. But I was just enamored with what he did. But what I did notice is he always wore a suit. And I'm like, why would you wear a suit? We're in a basement. Like, why would that? And I asked him that question one day. I was like, so why do you wear a suit? And he said, I find that when I'm wearing sweats, I'm more relaxed. I'm not as professional. I act a certain way. It's like when we put sneakers on, we walk differently than when we put high heels on. One, you can't help it because high heels pitch you in a certain direction. So you have to kind of accommodate, and you have to hold your body a different way. But he was so accurate with that. So I understand the need for a certain professionalism and certain dress, but there's also certain enabling of expression as well. So he literally sat there with a tuxedo on with like a high cap on,
Mm-hmm.
while he was at the radio show, because that made him feel like he was professional.